Hello guys and welcome here again. So in this video we are going to tackle our character movement. So let's go back into our code. Okay, so in here we have our model that we have imported in our scene, and this model has an animation groups and it also has meshes. So if we console.log these meshes and check here, you can see that we have 5 object or mesh in our array. And going back to your blender, your character has a 4, it has a 4 mesh in here. So you might be thinking, where is the other one and what is the other one? So looking on your array 0, it names root. So simple to say, it is the root of the meshes. So imagine it as a container that all your meshes is parented in it. So whenever you move the root, it will also other meshes will also come along. So if you set the root mesh position to somewhere, then whatever's in here will also follow. So because it is the container, so the parent is the root mesh. So but for this root mesh, we are also going to parent it to a box. So in here, we are going to say const character box. Name it as a character box. And the size would be 1 and the height would be 2, and it will be in our scene. So by default, this will be positioned on the 0 position. So if we look into our mesh, you can see that it is inside our scene, but the origin of this box is in its center. So the other half will be below the ground. So we can see it. We can say camera dot touch control. So we are going to use our mouse again. So if you see, this is the box that we have made, and wait, you can see that its other half is below the ground. That's because its origin is in its center. Okay, so we are going to say the root mesh that parent is equals to character box. So that we can see our box, we are going to say visibility will be equals to 0.5. So it will be more like opacity something like the 0.5. So we can see our root mesh inside our character box. So again, by default, it will be on the 0 axis of this local region, or also local space. So if you save that, you can say that the origin of this character is in its foot. So mainly, this origin will be this in its foot origin will be positioned on the center of the box, and the box center is in its middle, right? So what we're gonna do, we are going to say root mesh that position that y is equals to -1, because the height is 2. So height divided by half is equals to 1. So we are going to move our root mesh half of the height of this character box. So let's see that. So we have successfully did that. So its origin is already here on the bottom of the box. Now the only problem here is we are going to set the character box position y equals to plus equals 1. So it will move 1 from the y-axis. Okay, so we have successfully put the root mesh inside that box. So we can easily click this character by just clicking the box. Okay, because the box is more bigger than the body. So if we click here, then automatically we click our character. Okay, so enough with that. Okay, so now how are we going to make it move? Say we in here around here, we are going to say scene on pointer down. So if we click on the scene, so the flag clicking. So we are clicking. Okay, so we need to store the information of our click. If we click something, we are going to store that information. So pointer x and the pointer y. So again, let's save that and check if it's, yeah. So now we can see that we hit something, so it's true. But and our pick point will say the position of our click position. But if we click in here, we are not hitting something, so hit is equals to false. Okay, so in here, okay, so in here, going back to our code, so we are going to say if e buttons is equals to 1, meaning the buttons that is referring here is our mouse button. So if we click the left mouse, which is the 1, then we are going to create a picking info, and if pick info hit, or let's just say the picked mesh, the picked mesh ID or name is equals to ground. Yep, it's equals to ground, meaning to say we click the ground. So we are going to grab our character box. Oh no, let's just say here function move. So let's create a function here, just move. So we are going to say is moving, sorry, what's the true? And then, oh no, let's just say so let's just say in here move, then is moving through, and then the position of the direction position. Okay, so our character box that look at, so we are going to look at in that direction position, and then leave this as a 0 0 for our yaw, pitch and roll. Pitch and call is just the rotation. And then we are going to get the animations for each animation. The name is equals to running animation, if I'm not mistaken. So our animation, yeah, it's running animation. Then animation play is equals to true, because we want that to loop. That's why we are going to press true. Okay, so in here we are going to say move. Let's not make it. Okay, so the position is pick info that pick point. Oh, save that and check if it's working. So if we click here, you can see that it is moving, but it's not moving in here. So what we're going to do in here, we are going to say if is moving, then character box that locally translate, and we have a character speed times the delta time. Okay, so let's check that. Click somewhere. So if you see our character move on the ground, that is because we tried to look at the position where the position is not the same as our position Y. So what we're going to do, we're going to destruct this. Sorry. So we are going to take the X and Z position, and we are going to say new vector tree. For the X, it will be the direction position, and for the Y, it will be our position. Box that position that Y. This will be Z. Okay, so we are now making it move. Okay, so in our next section, we are going to make our character stop when it reaches the destination that we have clicked on. Okay, so that's it for now, and I'm gonna see you on our next section. Goodbye.